One of the best and satisfying mapping build in the game. You can complete any waystones up to tier 18 and kill any map bosses as well. This guide will teach you how to level, build and play this character from level 1 up to level 90. What's up guys, Pidget here. The build core mechanic is the following. We're using skeletal clerics because clerics can revive each other if one of them is dead. Using a cheap unique boots Corpsewade to get the Decompose skill. This skill is only available with this item. Every time we make a step, we will release a gas cloud from our skeletal clerics, dealing poison damage based on their health. Normally you can't use your own minion like this, but we're taking the sacrifice skill. We're able to use our minions as corpses and explode or release gas cloud from them. Our minions has 50% chance to not get consumed because of our positive tree and support gem, making them survive longer. So we can just walk around pretty long time while we also dealing damage any surrounding enemies around us. Also with the recent patch we got buff to this build, because now our minions is teleporting to us when we outrun them, making the build even more smoother. Minions is counting as skilled enemies, so we can use safely the green fist skill even in boss fight settings, because every time a minion get decomposed there is a 50% chance to give us a remnant that is restoring energy shield or overflowing it. Or Corpsewade boots is killing our minions. Utilize that with the cast on minion death buff. We will link to this contagion. This spell will cause the enemy take chaos damage over time, and if the target dies while this debuff is active, it will spread all the chaos damage over time debuff. Poison is a chaos damage over time debuff, so this will spread, making the build more satisfying to play. This can be pretty wide, especially in Breach. We can kill map bosses as well on a very high level. I'm talking about tier 18 maps. Although this build is not designed to be a pinnacle boss killer. You can take down an easier fight like Breach boss difficulty 1 or 2, but the higher ones need a different build. This build is designed in mind just be a mapper / farmer. There is two problems with this build, and that's the burning ground and release fire damage around the enemy. If this mass is presented, your damage will be get nullified because the fire damage will explode the cloud and making your damage almost non-existent. Although this problem is getting fixed with the contagion spell. This is solving the issue with the burning ground because the contagion debuff don't care about that, so this is big help against that mod. The other problem, the minion can be pretty dumb sometimes, or they just stopping reviving each other for some reason. So you need to pay attention when this is happening, and you need to press poison concasion or just run back a little to your gas cloud to kill the enemy that is coming at you. To be able to kill a map boss, we need to break the 0 button gameplay, otherwise it would be a very long and boring boss fight. We increasing our damage output with two things. Using a curse, namely Despair, to lower down the enemy chaos resistance, increasing the damage even further with Eye of Winter. Alone this skill is not doing too much, but because we're taking on the tree, the extra chaos damage or Eye of Winter can apply Wither to the target, 70% chaos damage taken increase by default. I'm very satisfied with the build. It has very good clear, pretty tanky and has acceptable single target damage to take down map bosses or easier pinnacle bosses. Any map content that is spawning monsters near each other is just walk in the map. The build is also pretty cheap, making a very good choice even if you don't have tons of divine orbs in your stash. Because this is the final update / guide about this build, I prepared a little leveling session as well. So if you're opening up the Mobilitics link that is in the description, you will find 2 new pages, level 1 to level 22 and level 22 plus. It will contain how you can level up early game, how gear up your character as well, what skill gems to use, and also there is a tree as well. And if you switching to the higher tier level 22 plus, you will getting what you need to change, how you can swap, and also the tree till you completing the whole campaign. I hope this will help you. If you have any question about this or you still struggling with the leveling, you can just ask in the comment section. Let's take a look on the items and what stats you need to look up on your items when you're purchasing your gear. The most important part is the scepter. You need a scepter with very good crit percentage and +4 to all minion skills. Minions has 40% increased maximum life. This free mod is very important. Any other modifiers is just there because I don't think it's doing anything for this build. Now the second important item is your body armor, because you need an evasion and energy shield base, and also you need spirit on your body armor, around 40 spirit at least, to able to put on even more minions into the build. Right now I have 9 minions, and right now I also have 321 spirit, which is by the way funny because 3 to 1. But yeah, the main reason for the evasion and energy shield base, because taking the Spectral Ward maximum energy shield per 12 evasion rating on equipped body armor, so this will gives you a pretty decent amount of energy shield into the build. And by the way, we have more than 10k energy shield with 70% evasion rating as well with this gear setup. Now the next thing is also important, your amulet, because your amulet needs to contain maximum energy shield percentage, maximum energy shield, level to all minion skill gems, and if it's possible dexterity, because the build is need dexterity for our body armor. And you anointing the ancient aegis, which is by the way giving you 60% increased energy shield from equipped body armor. And I got a few questions about this. This was bugged in the past, but they fixed it, so it's working, guys. Don't worry about this. The reason for we using this anointment, because it's very cheap. It costs like 6 exotics total. This is the best one that we can get if you want a little defensive setup, because honestly guys, I think we have even have damage even with this anointment. Other thing is our focus, so you need a high energy shield focus, and if it's possible resistance and chaos damage increase, because the chaos damage increase is increasing your damage by significantly, because by default a poison damage is not getting boosted by the chaos damage, but the chaos cloud damage is getting increased by chaos damage, and because of the initial damage is higher, the poison will be higher as well. So this is why I choose focus and not a shield that my previous versions. The helmet, you need a very big energy shield helmet as well, and if it's possible, you know, a little resistance as well. And why we using pure energy shield helmet? Because we taking subterfuge mask +2 evasion rating per 1 maximum energy shield on equipped helmet. This will give you more than, holy moly, 2.7k evasion rating. That's a very huge, because we have so much percentage evasion rating increase on the tree as well. And now the gloves is just a pure energy shield. The higher the better, and if it's possible, you know, item rarity. The belt, I would say the belts in Path of Exile 2, it's not that good if you're not using the expensive integrity belt, because right now we just capping our resistance and that's it, because the other 3 modifier, the armor, maximum life and mono, not doing anything. We don't need. Sadly, there is no good prefix. Both ring has chaos damage, evasion, item rarity and resistances as well. So the chaos damage we was talking about, why, and also item rarity. Right now, the build is having 117% item rarity increase above the soft cap, because the soft cap, as so many people saying, is over 100%. So we hitting that, so we will see significantly better drops overall. The core of the build, without this item build would not even function. Corpsewade, this will grant you the Decompose skill, and as you can see, I have corruption on here as well, 4% increased movement speed, which is by the way not that big, but at least a little bit faster, right? Let's take a look on the passive tree. I just want to highlight the Javelins, because I got many questions about this one as well. So Sapphire Javelins everywhere, increase maximum energy shield and increase magnitude of ailments you inflict. Poison is an ailment, so this is just a damage multiplier and also defensive increase as well, because a javelin like this will give you more than 300 energy shield, which is a pretty decent one. We can have 4 of these javelin and all of them will give you 20% energy shield, so total 80% energy shield. That's transitioning to 1.2k energy shield, which is, by the way, pretty significant if you ask me. And also we using chaos inoculation, you know, because we don't want to bother with the chaos resistance, and also we immune to chaos damage completely, and we stacking energy shield, as you can see here, energy shield, and evasion here, same energy shield, evasion, energy shield. And the ascendancy, we taking Pathfinder, we taking poison concation, contagious contamination, overwhelmingly toxicity, and Traveler Wisdom, because this sphere grants you 5 skill points. The skill points is all of these nodes that you taking on the tree, so you have 6 additional, because the small one is giving you +1, so total 6 passive, which is, by the way, not the best, but it's helping you to allocate even more stuff on the tree. Now let's see the gem setup. So I will start with the Decompose skill. We taking Deadly Poison here, Comorbidity, Corpse Conversation, and Magnifying Effect. This is our clear setup, by the way. When you're doing little boss fights, we will switch Corpse Conservation to Extraction and Concentrated Effect to Magnifying Effect. So you will deal more single target damage, but for exchange you will kill almost immediately all of your minions, so you need to be a little careful. So you need to pay attention on the debuff counter. So if you see 8, you can just start rolling, because you can see when I rolling, I'm not killing, my Decompose is not triggering. So this can be a pretty good way to save your skeletons before you starting a boss fight, or just you don't see any monster around you, so you're not wasting your minions. The next one is the poison concation. So as I said, this is our last resource when we running out sometimes minions, because we sadly sometimes running out minions because some map is too big and there is basically no monster till they dying, so we need a thing that can start the chain. This is why we have a poison concation here with Martial Tempo, Chaos Mastery, Chaos Infusion, Scatter Shot, and Close Combat. Now damage increase skills, Eye of Winter. This is alone not doing anything, but it can apply Wither and also Persistence and Inspiration to cost even less the Eye of Winter, so we can just spam this one. So normally you need to cost 2 times and it will immediately get the fully stacked Wither. Now the other damage increase, the Despair with Heightened Curse and Focus Curse, so we will lowering the enemy chaos resistance by significantly with this setup. And also this is how it looks like on a single target rotation. So you putting down your curse, starting slamming your Eye of Winter and start moving, and you trying to keep up with the debuff and the curse on the target as well, because if it's false, you will see your damage will be get lower significantly, so keep in mind this one on single target boss fights. Now the other stuff is sacrifice. This is why we can kill our monsters like that. Without this we can't, so this is must have. And also don't forget, you can quality up with the Gem Cutter Prism, so your minions will revive a little bit faster. Green Fist, this is how we getting you know, the 20k energy shield and getting back energy shield while we fighting on these bosses, because as you can see, when I start killing my own minions, they can also drop a remnant, so I can pick up, as you can see, and I already have 20k energy shield, and this is why it's a very good buff. Now our minion stuff, so Skeletal Cleric, Meat Shield, Minion Mastery, and Integrity. This is the only free gem you need. Sadly, there is no other option that we can take right now. And the last one is the custom minion death buff. And we will link here the contagion. The contagion will spread all of your poison. I very enjoyed putting together this build in the last week. I was playing so many hours with this. Let me see. /played. We played 3 days and 6 hours with this character, which is a massive if you ask me. So I think that's a very satisfying build to play and very enjoyable as well. And you know, the signal target on the boss fights is acceptable to me because, as I said guys, this is not a big pinnacle boss killer. This is just a mapper and farmer. I hope you enjoyed this journey with my Skeletal Cleric Decompose Pathfinder build. If you have any question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Pajet2. Also, I would like to say thank you for my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again guys. Thanks for watching. I was Pajet. See you next time.